Yeah. All right, guys, welcome back from our commercial break. Shout out to all the sponsors. So before we get on with this topic, I just want to share that Ish, if you guys are watching us, Ish shifted the phone in that direction so she can get more camera time. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Social influence. She's trying to cut me off already. This is crazy. Doing it for the gram and the YouTubers. Her channel only, that's what it is. No. So we're back. We're talking about the effects of social media, and we touched about relationships.
Attention seeking.
Attention seeking. Damn, I'm stuttering here. Yeah. So what else do you want to add to this combo?
I think I wanted to go back into the direction of social media and the effects on today's society, kids of today, and how, they're really making it a part of their day-to-day lives, day in, day out. This is what their world involves, is technology, social media. It's kind of like social media is raising today's kids, in a sense.
There's a sadness to it, because I think of my daughters as well. I remember my little one, boy, when that iPad didn't work. Papa. I remember one time, a long time ago, I posted a picture of her. I think she was like maybe 2 or 3, just having a meltdown. And because the iPad wasn't working, I guess we were having Wi-Fi issues at the house. So I posted, I'll show you this picture. I'm not going to post it because I'm not my daughter, but I'll show you this picture. She's just having a full tantrum. And I took a picture of it. And all the responses I got from the women that I know was like, oh, Skinny, why are you being so mean? Mind you, it's just the Wi-Fi. So that's the impact, right? So they thought something major, it's just the Wi-Fi wasn't connected and she was having a meltdown because the iPad was in front of her, right? So, but it could be taken in a positive manner, right? Or like once again, it could be taken in a bad manner. But a lot of times, you gotta create these boundaries, right? So if I can go back in time with my young ones when they were little, I would have created better boundaries. Right? So, okay, no phones at the table. No phones when you go to the bedroom, when it's time to sleep. No iPad. No this, no that. So you, as a parent, have to set those boundaries. So if I can do it all over again, and if my middle one and oldest one are listening, not my oldest one, because she was already a little mature when technology started kicking in. But my middle one, you're lucky. Lucky you're 16 now. But that being said, I know she gets influenced by it, and I try to counterattack that because I don't know what she's watching.
Yeah.
Because I trust her. I trust, that I did the right thing raising her. I trust that her mom did the right thing as well. But I do send her videos of puppies and stuff like that, just to let her know that, listen, no matter what content you're getting bombarded with, right? There's good out there if you seek.
Yeah.
Right. So that's I guess that's the whole thing.
And I could definitely understand that. I think for me, like, I don't have any kids yet, but hopefully one day I will. And just witnessing my nieces, nephews, my godson, just any kids that I'm surrounded by, and seeing how attentive they are to their iPads or cell phone devices, it makes me reflect on myself and realize what I don't want to do with my kids. I guess it just gives me that opportunity to really analyze the situation and say, okay, when I do have kids one day, they're, just like you said, no phones at the table or no iPad until you're a freaking teenager, shit like that. Like, there's no reason necessary that I'm gonna give my toddler an iPad. What do they need it for? You have school, you have your family, you have TV.
Yeah, Ish don't got no kids when she said toddler in school. They just don't.
Well, preschool,
I got you.
No, that I mean.
Of course.
But I feel like for me, like, I really sit back and think about all the things that I don't want to do with my kids, because I don't want them to be warped into this tunnel of tech.
Yeah, I mean, I remember growing up, I love aging myself, but to all my OGs, you know what I'm talking about. But I remember when Atari first popped off and stuff, man, my dad got it for me so I won't go into the candy stores and put 25 cents into the machine to play video games. That's why he got me a video console, and I was just in there, right, going crazy. But I guess if, you know.
And I understand that. Like, yeah, I had video games growing up. I had my Game Boy, my Nintendo.
But sometimes too, it's like when I talk youth and being a kid, and I remember just playing outside.
Exactly, it was different.
Skateball, kickball, chasing shorties, you know.
And it was different back then too. I feel like our parents would tell us, okay, it's time to get the fuck up off that TV.
Yeah.
Or it's time to get off of your thing, go outside. But in today's society, like, I feel like these parents don't give their kids the attention that they need, and it's easier for them to say, go get your iPad or go play video games or something, and just whisk them away.
And mind you, like growing up mates in late 70s, 80s, right? It wasn't like New York City was paradise. There was crime everywhere, drug everywhere. You know, growing up in the Heights and growing up in Harlem and growing up in the Bronx and we're not talking about, you know, Riverdale and stuff like that. But we were still outside. We knew, like, when shit was popping off, we knew, all right, man, it's time to get out of here. Go the other way. But you had that sense of community as well, you know what I'm saying? So La Doña that lived in the building on the first floor, second floor, she'd be like, hey, stop doing that. And that was like, we used to be like, hey, old lady. But that was her checking on us just to make sure we were doing right.
Yeah.
But having stickball events to all my OGs, Skellies. You have no idea what Skelly is.
No clue.
Skellies. We used to do that. But anyway, opening the pump in the summertime, crazy. Now it's like you have to, can we have a play date? Like, you know what I mean? So everything has to be scheduled nowadays and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess you're right. It's just.
It's a different time. It really is.
It definitely is.
Even for me, you know, as a kid, my mom would be at work and, you know, my dad would be at work or sleeping or whatever. And me and my sister, young kids, like 4 and 8 or, you know, whatever, some shit like that. We would literally pick up our bikes and leave the crib.
Outside.
Nobody home. Like, you know, we just do our own thing and then come back, like, at our own leisure. Like,
yeah, you know what?
but you knew when to be home by, and you knew, okay, this is wrong or this is dangerous. And you would just do what you gotta do. Like,
yeah, I got this huge smile because I remember getting my backpack, putting in water, a change of t-shirt, whatever I wanted to put in, snacks or whatever in my backpack, Walkman, headphones, damn Walkman.
Yeah, I still have mine.
Nice. So boom, I would put it. So just to give you perspective, like at that time I lived in the 200, so Dykeman 207th Street, 211th Street, and I would bike from 207th Street, usually with a homeboy or whatever. We used to bike down to 168th Street, all the way down sometimes to 86th, 96th Street. And it was just, damn, that was love. No social media, nothing. Yes. We would just go and visit different neighborhoods. That's how we saw shorties.
But do you realize how time moved slower back then?
Oh, it was, no, because I'm sitting here now like, damn. You
don't think it moved slower compared to now? Now just time is
I guess you as me as a young youth, I think I'm glad that I grew up in the era that I grew up. Because you did everything live. Yeah. Right? So we would be like, the night before I would call you on the telephone and be like, yo, let's bike up. We're gonna go down to 168th Street, go check out some mommies. Oh, all right, cool. Here's the kicker. Oh, let's go down to 86 and go see some white girls. All right, cool. And that's how you broke it down, but that's how we used to do it.
I love how you got the races by street.
Yes. Back then, listen, to all my people, I know we always steer off a little bit, but to my people back in the days on 207th Street. 207th Street and Broadway, when I was growing up, that was the divider. So from 207 to the 1 train, that was all my Spanish people. From 207 to Inwood Park, it was white. And that's how it was. So when you used to get out of the bus or train, you knew where you was going. You was going this way and you was going that way. Now you go to 207 and it's just, everything is mixed, which is beautiful. But back then, Broadway was the divider.
That's pretty dope.
But no, it was just great times. No phone, nothing. Everybody just you met someone, you had to write it down on a piece of paper. Hopefully you don't lose that piece of paper, because I'd be like, oh, her name was Aisha. Shit, what the fuck was her name? Not her number. Lost it. Fuck, that's it. You lost her for life. You know what I mean? It's not like now I meet you, I'd be like, Aisha, all right, cool. Then I go to Graham and I start being
searching and shit.
Until I find you in some way, somehow. People find people.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But that's crazy.
Even
that's
like, even with phones, like back then, your friends weren't really calling your house like, yo, what are you doing? They would just grab their bike and be in front of your house. Like, yo, come outside.
No, we didn't do yo. It was that was, oh my God, I just aged myself. But that was the call, like, yo, Oscar, or whatever your nickname was at that time. Yo, come downstairs. Thank God I never lived like on the 4th, 5th floor. I always lived on the 1st, 2nd floor, so it was quick. But those are good times, man.
Technology.
Pre-technology was amazing.
It's different too, like, you know, with technology, aside from all these trends that you got going on and just random shit that people follow and they consume their life with, it's like politically too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's all this shit going on with the government here and other countries, and there's just so much political control through social media.
Yeah, before it was used to be, and it still does, through the news. So if you just look at the news and they spoon feed you, but you don't do your research. And now research is easy, right? You can go to these underground journalists and they'll tell you the truth of what's going on. But you're being spoon fed constantly, right? And then you just take these and you make it the gospel, and that's what you believe in. So, you know, in a couple of years, oh, this Trump and this and that, like, dude, go ahead, man. Like, honestly, all this Trump and all this bullshit, the way you break down government, right? Yes, the president is the president. Yeah, he makes these laws that is just, all right, like universal for the country. But what really affects us on an everyday basis is your local people.
Yeah.
The people that you never vote for. Those are the people, the controllers, the mayors, the attorney generals, anyone in your county where you work, where you live. Those are the people that affect you on a everyday basis. You know what I mean? But that's another tangent.
I feel like at the end of the day, nobody really cares though. Politically.
Politically, is like, if I'm running and you're going to give me a check to say, this notebook here is the best of all time, that's what I'm going to say. It's all who's selling the bullshit the best and what you fall for. Unfortunately, it is what it is. And you can't, it's two candidates here. We're going to put our best foot forward and we're going to lie to you in your face. It's whichever lie you buy.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I mean? So,
it's crazy, but that's you allowing yourself to believe whatever it is that's put in front of you visually, phonically. Is that a word?
I think so.
Phonically or phonetically?
Phonetically?
Somebody correct me.
Yeah, sorry. There's going to be somebody in there. You dumb idiots.
Yeah, DM us. Let me know if I'm right or wrong.
Is this politically correct?
Fuck y'all.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? We just feeling. No, you're absolutely right. The power of, and don't get me wrong. I mean, the reason technology is allowing us to do this, which is amazing. Imagine this was impossible. Me growing up, you had to go to a studio and spend a massive amount of money, right?
And that's the positive aspect of it.
Right. So which you can go out there and make a positive influence on what's going on. So as much as there is a lot of these negative shows, ass cheeks and all that shit all over the place, yeah, there's thousands and hopefully millions of people that are doing what we're doing, trying to just better ourselves as human beings and take the technology that is amazing, right, and use it for positive. Obviously, there's always going to be negative.
Yeah.
That's how the world is from the beginning of time to now. It's always going to be like that, but try to put as much positive messages out there.
I think too, like at the end of the day, you should have the ability to be able to determine what's right and what's wrong, what you should be paying attention to and what you shouldn't be, where you need to do more research and where you should actually believe the truth. All this stuff is literally in our own hands, but a lot of people choose otherwise. And I think that's, where it's unfortunate because you're being lazy for one. You know, you don't want to do the research. You don't want to put the effort in yourself. You're choosing to pay attention to things that are just a complete facade. You know, you see something that you like and that's it. You're just going to run with it because it's appealing to your eye. But all these choices, all of these things that you pay attention to is really what shapes you and what shapes your life and the life around you. If you allow these things to affect you negatively, then it's going to have a negative effect on you. If you choose to go a positive route, then that's on you at the end of the day. But as humans, you know, and as individuals, you have a mind of your own and you have to have the ability to use it. You can't just see something that's appealing to you and run with it. That's unfortunate.
What's your number one pet peeve? When it comes to, if you can break it down, right? I know probably you'll say something and then 20 minutes from now, she's like, shit, I should have said this. But right now, what comes to mind, your number one pet peeve when it comes to whatever social outlet you want to use?
I think that's a tough one. My biggest, I don't know. But I guess maybe for one, I don't know, is it okay to say attention seekers?
It's okay.
I think attention seekers would be one.
That's the one that bothers you the most?
Probably one of the top ones, yeah. That one, and then people who see something and believe it right away without doing their own research. And I think that goes hand in hand with like the stuff that's going on in my country.
Right.
I see a lot of that, you know, people who aren't aware of what's actually happening and why it's happening. And they're like, oh, well, you know, we want peace on both sides. No, there's no fucking such thing. Like you sound stupid. You literally don't know what you're saying.
Right.
And shit like that, you know, my country being a prime example for me because of what I know is happening. But in any aspect, Oscar just hurt himself.
Yeah, new setup, so I got to get used to this and stuff, you know.
But yeah, like, you know, whether it's my country, another country, or anything, any, you know, mass shooting, whatever. If you're taking what's being put out in front of you and you're just running with it and forming an opinion off of that, you're silly. And you really need to evaluate your thought process. So that's definitely a huge pet peeve for me. Top two right there. What about yourself?
Yeah, mine is just fucking filters, man.
Okay.
That's it's just number one pet peeve because I know what the fuck you look like. And you're putting this shit out there.
I can't say shit because I use filters sometimes.
No, that's okay. If you use them, cool. But if you use them to, I don't know. It's just
I use them, but I don't abuse them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, if it makes sense to you, it makes sense. But it's just like, I don't know, man. Listen, man, ain't gonna change this.
If you go to my Instagram, my feed, I don't have any pictures with filters on them. But like sometimes I'll post on my story and I'll have a filter on it.
I gotta start using filters. Fuck that, man. Wi-Fi for power. Just join it, right? Imagine men had filters.
Men do use filters.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Guys, you for real? You out there doing that? That's crazy. But hey, this is another one, right? And this has nothing to do with the gram. This is just reality. This is reality, right? So talking about the gym culture and shit like that, right? And body image and stuff like that we touched upon a couple of the last episode or something. But here's the craziest thing. You go to the gym, right? And you see Shorty with the fake junk in the trunk, right? And she's doing squats. I'm saying, sweet. In my head, I'm saying, sweetheart, why are you working out? You already went and bought it. You already bought the fake that you wanted. That God didn't give you. And now you're gonna put in the work. That's like me going to the gym, getting the chest implant, and now pump. Like you already defeated you got that quick goal that you wanted by getting implants.
Is it the upkeep?
What are you upkeeping? So if you out, even though you're not gonna come out and say it, but I'm just like, for real? That's what you do? I don't.
That's hilarious. Actually, I never really gave that thought.
Like, you out here, you just got your butt cheeks done, but you out here doing squats.
That is funny.
I don't know.
I never really thought about that, so.
Stop using the fucking filters, man.
Now, anytime I go to use a filter, I'm gonna think of you.
You better. Shit. It's like you meet Shorty.
I'm gonna tag you in anyone that's a filter.
Yeah. It's funny, like you meet Tina, and you be like, oh, Tina, nice. And then when you wake up in the morning, she look like Tim. You're like, come on, man. I guess funny, back in my days, where I go clubbing and stuff, when the lights came on the club, you was like, oh, shit. Like, damn, word.
It's dark in there.
Yeah, that's why it was dark. With the strobe lights, get you all fucked up. But then when you went outside or the lights came on, it's like, listen. It was nice meeting you. I'm gonna head over here because, instead of looking like Janet, she looked
I know
like,
a couple people that's happened to.
yeah.
That's terrible. That's sad.
Okay, we can go in every avenue known to man on this topic, but what bothers you guys? Like, what are you getting from all these accounts that we're kind of bombarded with on a daily basis?
Mm-hmm.
What are you getting it from? Unfortunately, obviously you don't have to answer, but if you're using all this fakeness and you think you're going to attract a real one, that just can't balance.
Mm-hmm.
If you're putting fake out there, you're going to attract fake, right? If you're putting realism and being real, you're going to attract whatever the energy is that you're putting out there, right?
Yeah.
So, it's your life. Who am I to even say change your life? You change your life when you decide to change your life. And when that change smacks you in the face that you have to change, right? It's up to you. Yeah. Nobody could tell you, but we're out here just to put out that positive message of just doing what it is you need to do to be a better person. Mm-hmm. And if being fake makes you a better person, do your thing.
Yeah. I really, we need to sit back, evaluate what you want in life and how, these little things influence you or how they affect you in general on a day-to-day basis. Start making those little changes. And I think for me personally, like even now having this conversation here with Oscar, it makes me personally think to myself like, okay, maybe I need to put my phone down X amount of time before bed or X amount of time during a day, just keep it away from myself. Have that self-control and stay off of social media or, not texting anybody, just chilling with your own thoughts with yourself, because I know it has a huge effect on you. For me, maybe last year or 2 years ago, I took a decent amount of time off of Instagram and it was so refreshing.
Right.
I chose to get back on because I had started, sharing more of my poetry and all that work and stuff. And once I did, I was warped right back into Instagram. Right. But when you take that time off, it really, I don't know, you get a different sense of life. It's weird to say, but it's real.
Right. What's funny? I love it. Like you said that, right? So some of you deactivate your account for X amount of time. What are you doing in that meantime? Are you getting better? Or are you just deactivating? Because deactivating, I can deactivate anything, turn anything off, right? Mm-hmm. But once you click back on, are you a different person? Did you do enough soul searching? Did you come back and say, you know what, I'm not going to follow this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, because they're not spewing positive message. If you deactivate, take a month and reactivate, and don't do any growing, you just fall right back to where you left off. Yeah. So you just wasted time. Might as well stay on, right? But another pet peeve real quick, Instagram, because I see it a lot. I'm on Instagram, no other social media. Yeah. Facebook for my mom and my OGs and stuff, I do that. But Instagram, I love it when somebody breaks up with someone. And they delete every picture from them. Vanished. But in all those pictures, it was, this is the one, my soulmate. And all of a sudden, the relationship goes to shit. Now you erase it. And then here comes another candidate. I found the one. Mm-hmm. Listen, I've seen a few people do that.
Yeah, I learned my lesson.
Delete, next person, X amount of time, delete, Next person, I'm like, okay, you're still trying to find your soulmate. All right, cool. Me, you go to mine, all my pictures are there. I'm never taking them off because I use that as a reminder of how far I've come.
That's interesting.
Good or bad, great relationship or bad relationship, doesn't matter. I go through them and I'd be like, that period of time, I have a huge smile on my face, but I was sad as fuck. On this one, I accomplished something that was awesome, but I was still sad. In this one, but I was so fucking happy. And I use it as a timestamp, like we talked about so many. So for you guys, you ain't deleting shit if you're not growing. You know what I'm saying? And then don't call every other person your fucking soulmate. Where would I be without you? You'll still be there. Whoever you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? You still will be that same person. Don't give that other person like we talked about that. This is my better half. No, that's my better whole for now, for this chapter in my life. Doesn't mean she's going to be forever. Listen, when we started this, from day one, now we're in episode 11.
Yes.
Right? Unfortunately, in my heart, I already had this thought that one day it's going to be our last one. Because everything has a beginning and it has an end. And I'm not saying hopefully it's tomorrow or the next time, but I know that one day me and this young lady here.
That's kind of sad.
It is. It's cool, but you have to, right? Because I know there's an end to this, but goddamn, I'm going to enjoy every second of it like I normally do.
Yeah.
So I know there's going to be an end. You know what I'm saying? Not to think about it right now, because we got a lot of episodes to do, but embrace that. I don't want to, when this is over, delete all the pictures of her. Why would I do that? Even if it's the friendship. I've seen people do it in friendships.
That's
right there, in between the ears.
I like that thought.
In between the ears. Because I've seen people who all of a sudden, their bestie is all gone. But did you learn from the bestie that you can delete the bestie? And you're going to make the same mistakes on the next bestie? Because you haven't. Oh, here's another one. See, I just go.
He's just going on a tangent.
But here's another one. I see a young lady go from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. I can't find the one relationship. Look in the fucking mirror. It's you.
There we go.
It's not 10 guys that you dated in the last year. It's your ass.
I love that.
You need to look in the mirror and say, what's wrong with me? Like if I go on a rapid dating spree, I remember one time my mom told me, esta no es casa de puta. Right? This is not a whorehouse, basically. The next woman you bring in here should mean something. So everybody used to be like, yo, ask her to come downstairs. Until the one came that the last one was my ex-wife. But that's what it is. So if you're going from guy to guy to guy to guy, I can't find them. Yeah, you're never going to find them because it's you.
You got to find yourself first.
I got a lot of rage when it comes to that shit.
Yeah,
but
I see you upset this time.
Yeah. Yeah. So
but
yeah.
Very good, valid points.
I appreciate it.
I love it.
I gotta get in my posture of news. Onka. And I'm gonna change in one of these episodes, I'm gonna change my voice too.
Yeah, I really do feel like we're on a news set recording.
Hi guys.
Reporting live from Treetop Studios.
Cheerio, everyone. This is Skeeto.
Not Cheerio.
That wouldn't be like London type thing? Like I said London, I made it a country. London would have been a European thing. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Talking That Ish with Scheme podcast. I am the one they call Skeeto. And then her lady Ish, and we're back. We're using, guys, listen, we're so proud before we go into the sunset here. I am so proud. We got new microphones. We got a whole new setup.
Shout out to Oscar for the Ishan Scheme mugs.
Yeah, if you want your own mug, $5. Holla at me. We're always hustling out here. But, oh my God, we're going red. So yeah, guys, just trying to get better and better, and I hope you guys stick with us. We're super appreciated. Last thoughts, my friend.
Reflect on yourself, make good decisions, and really just think about how the things that you're paying attention to are going to affect your life. Oscar?
Ooh,
Gem time.
The gem. What to by us. So guys, here we go. Real quick, real simple. You can be the juiciest peach, but some people don't like peaches.
I love peaches.
Yeah. All right, guys, we'll talk to you, and we'll talk to you, and we'll talk to you next week. Have a safe week, Ish.
Peace out.
Peace.